Good evening. What I'm going to do tonight is the baseboard, the first baseboard that I built for the Hornby Dublo free rail preserve railway is here, and what I've done, I can show you where it couples up to the next board, which is there. There are screws that you can screw to reinforce the end bit, and then the hole in the middle, you can basically, there are some round washers that go into them, wooden washers. You can put them in, and of course the corresponding board that goes up to it has the same. And then you can just put a bolt through, which you've got a head on, and then the other side can just have a washer and a butterfly nut, and then you can tighten them up. Obviously the next part is on its way, so as soon as that comes, I'll build that and we'll bolt it together and we can see actually what it's like. What I've done on top of the board, I've just put some bits. It's just a mock-up to see what you can actually get. So with this one piece of board, you could basically have 3 rails. You could probably go for another through station, take the main one off, the big one, and put another small one. You could probably have another siding, so you could probably get 4 lines on this board if you wanted to. The only thing I've got to do is you get some cross members. They literally are a cross to reinforce underneath. I didn't put them on when I first done it because I wasn't quite sure which ones to put it in. I think the middle 2 would be better because otherwise it's going to get in the way of the bolts fitting it together. So this is what I've kind of mocked up at the moment, just to see what it's going to look like. And I think for the length of the board, which I think is 1.2 meters, and I can't remember quite, it's about 400 wide, which is just over a foot. I think a foot is about 300 in old money kind of thing, if you're still in feet and inches, which I'm kind of half and half really. But I think it's just, if it's something you kind of grew up with, it's very hard to get rid of. And I suppose now that we're not in the EU, you can use feet and inches if you want to, because the Yanks, they still use imperial measurements. So that's another view of the loco that I've just done. I think it looks all right actually. I know it's not an exact replica of something, but I think, you know, it's looks like a brand new. It runs really well, which you'll see when we've got all the track laid so that we can run round. So this is the baseboard, that's the depth of it, and there's some screw holes along, and I believe they're probably, if you want like a back, so if you want to put a piece of wood up at the back and then have a scenic bit on it or whatever, then you can do that. You can do that either side. So these things are quite versatile. They're very light. Obviously I can't demonstrate really how light it is, but they are. Like I say, I've just put these bits on. It's the class 4 MT standing there. I've got 2 of them now. I think there's a third one in the pipeline that somebody's got for me, which at the moment again is a 2 rail, and I'll convert that to 3 because everything I want on here is 3 rail. And while we're here, I'll just have a look. I haven't been collecting, I've probably been collecting about a year, the Hornby Dublo. I just suddenly got it in my head one day. I see something and I thought, you know what, I just love this stuff, and this is what I've accrued in just under a year. I've got some more stuff I'm going to pick up at the weekend as well, mainly track, and because they made all funny little sections of track as well, short straights, short curves, which if you're going to build a kind of a layout, you really need to get round. So you can see some of the locos that I've got there, some of the coaches and wagons, and like I say, I don't buy really good expensive stuff. I did see on eBay today one of the Kobos, and I think that was going for I don't know, 120, 130 pounds. And when I say this one, it cost me around about the 60 quid. It was a 2 rail converted to 3, and it's a beautiful runner. And the thing I think with them, the 2 rail ones had a bit more detail painted on them. That's the only thing. I mean, basically they are a bit of a box on wheels, but I quite like them. Tank wagons, I've got quite a few of them. Signal boxes at the moment, I think I've got two. I've got two colour light signals and they're both there on the same gantry. So I'm getting quite a few bits and pieces as I go. There's another body there for an N2. So I've actually got I've got three N2s and an extra body. So the extra body will be painted up as something as we go along, because I think the thing is they're a lovely little loco, and you can run them round with a couple of coaches as a little local passenger train, or a couple of vans or something, and a guard's brake, just delivering to a local station, coal, whatever. That's the 4MT 2 rail that I converted to 3. That's its original box. I've got lots of boxes. I'm not a box person actually, but a lot of the stuff I bought from auctions and various things have come in boxes. Some of them very old, pre-war stuff, and some of them kind of much younger, but there we are. That's the cab of the Class 33 Gauge 1 loco that I'm building at the moment. I will be doing a small video. There's a guy, advertises on eBay, that makes the cab controls for the O gauge Lima. I sent for them so that I could get the contact of him, and he's now in the process of making me a Gauge 1 version of those controls to hopefully fit in the cab. I did start fitting detail into the cab of this. There is like the desk where the controls are going to go, just in there. It's only made of a piece of plastic card on top with a piece of wood to get the height right, but that can all come out when I get these proper controls, because I've spent quite a bit of money on this so far and I really want it to look good. So that's it, with the cabs missing at the moment, and I'm just awaiting him to let me know if he's managed, and he probably might send me a prototype to see if it fits okay, and then if it does I'll get him to print them and paint them, put them in, and we'll go from there. So we'll have a really detailed cab, but I'll do a little video on the O gauge ones that he does for the O gauge Lima Class 33, which again is not a bad little loco, because I might actually buy one of them and put these controls in that I've got. So that's really it for this evening. What I'll do is, when the next board comes, I'll probably start off, flip this one over and show you the cross members in between to give it the strength, and then we'll put together the next board, and then after that I can start perhaps laying the track out more permanent, because I need to know how the curved bit of board goes, to what radius I want on the curves and that kind of thing, so I can start to put together a layout for this Hornby 3 rail. But yeah, I can't wait really to get it going. So I hope to buy at least 1 to 2 pieces of baseboard a month, because obviously there's the cost of buying it, and then there's the time putting it together, and then of course I want to paint the tops green, which is a kind of a traditional type of board for the Hornby Dublo, and that's what I want to do, preserve the whole thing as it was intended originally. So anyway, that's it for now, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Thank you very much. If you like any of these channels, please subscribe, because I plan to make quite a few more, and a few shorts as well to go on with it. So yes, so if you do like it, please subscribe, and then you'll know when I've made some more. Thank you very much. Bye now.